No, let go. I'm saying let go instead of let's go. Because how do I say this nicely without pissing a lot of people off? I am appalled at Oiler fans today. I am very upset that I am an Oiler fan today. The Oilers lose to Dallas 4-3, which is whatever. You're supposed to lose to teams when you're missing your top two guys, especially when they've got a healthy lineup. And yada, 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 yada. But the fact that 75% Oiler fans are laughing about Stuart Skinner being hurt. By the way, Stuart Skinner's not in Seattle tonight. He is in Edmonton. The fact that you fans are sitting there laughing tonight because of Stuart Skinner having concussion protocol and having suffered his second concussion in 3 games. You are not fans if you laugh at any Oiler, whether you like him, whether you don't like him, whether you think he's a backup goalie, whether you think he's an AHL goalie. The fact that you're laughing about one of your own players that you cheer for on the team, that doesn't sit well with me. That we are not the Calgary Flames fan base. We are not a Vancouver Canuck fan base. We are not a Toronto Maple Leaf fan base. Where did this fan base turn? Like, I talk to a lot of people in my day-to-day life, and they're all fans of different teams. And they've asked me, how can you be part of a fan base that's this much of a joke? Like, you guys are the laughing stock of the NHL. 31 other fan bases think we're the biggest joke in the NHL as a fan base, not a hockey team. And 31 fan bases want Connor McDavid out of Edmonton, not because he is a bad player, but because he deserves better than what this fan base is giving. And after reading the comments on social media, I'm starting to agree with everybody. I am starting to agree with the fact that, oh, you pick a team. I have fan bases from the New York Islanders, New York Rangers, Vancouver Canucks, Chicago Blackhawks, Detroit Red Wings, Dallas Stars, Carolina Hurricanes. You pick a team's fan base, and I have at least 10 friends in that fan base that have all told me the same thing. They want Connor McDavid out of Edmonton because of how our fan base is. We are a joke. And reading the comments about Stuart Skinner being hurt and everyone saying that he's laying on the ice faking an injury, I've had enough. It makes me upset to be called an Oiler fan. No, Bunny. No, they're not. They're not joke franchises and fan bases. We are. It's sad to say, but this day and age Oiler fan has, I don't know. I don't know what happened to the fans that I used to cheer with. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm just old and out of touch with the new age fan. But I don't know. No, I agree Vancouver is, but like, Stuart Skinner gets hurt and our fans are cheering for it. and telling him to get up and get off the ice. I don't get it. Happy opening day too, by the way, for anybody that follows baseball. Although, should have told the Toronto Blue Jays that because they forgot that it started today and not tomorrow. Blue Jays got whooped on 12-2. I don't understand where we went wrong as a fan base in Edmonton. We used to be respected league-wide for our knowledge. Yeah, no, like, I can tell you, like, 31 other fan bases. I've got at least 5 friends in each fan base that I talk to regularly. Are all asking me what is going on with your fan base. I don't have an answer for him. I used to say, what are you talking about? We have the greatest fan base in all the NHL. I can't say that today. And that hurts me that I can't say that today. I was really busy today, otherwise I would have made a video. But it will be addressed in the post-game video tonight. I promise. Maybe we were always just a bunch of scumbags. We just didn't have social media to spout off at the mouth over every little thing. I don't know. No, puck drop will be in like 5 minutes. There's no other game in front of them that I'm aware of. It's not a TNT doubleheader like last night. I agree with you, Renegade, to a point. But them laughing that Stuart Skinner got hit in the head with a very hard part of a shin guard. And he got knocked out. But there's people online laughing about it. That's my problem I had.
He's been in the service for 2 years and is a bosun's mate in the Coast Guard's Deployable Specialized Forces. He was recently nominated for his unit's Sailor of the Quarter Award. Please welcome Petty Officer James Sanborn.
See, that's the thing, I guess, with me that separates me from a lot of other people. I'll say something on social media, but I'll also be the first guy to say it to your face too. Take the mask off. The mic at Climate Pledge Arena is cracking. Well done on the national anthem. That's why I watch what I say on social media for the most part. Like, I really do think before I say things. That's why you will never hear me or never see me use a racial slur, a gay slur, or any type of stuff like that online or in my real life. It's just say what you mean and mean what you say. Hey Dan, how's it going? Well, she's really drawing this out though. Really drawing that out. Like, wow. So like I said, I'm just not happy with the fan base laughing at the fact that Skinner's didn't make the trip to Seattle. May not be ready to play Saturday against Calgary.
The Edmonton Oilers, who lost their first visit here and have since won 6 in a row. The man limbering up was a man who's beaten Seattle twice already.
Just my 2 cents. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I'm old school that way, but I also stop people from talking crap about my friends and parties. Like, all my friends know where I stand. If you hear something, like, I'm that guy where if I hear you say something behind my back, you better have said it to my face first. And my friends know, there's nothing I won't say behind your back that I already haven't said to you face to face. I have a buddy you guys know as Daedalus. I know him by his real name. Him and I make very fat jokes with each other. I'm fat and chubby and he's tubby. He was recently in a party online on Xbox, and Connor Brown needs to score that. Connor Brown needs to score that. Oilers starting hot, but Connor Brown needs to score that. And he was in a party with a couple of our acquaintances. And that's wrong. Like, that's just completely wrong. If this fan base had half a brain, they'd realize that Stuart Skinner isn't to blame on 95% of the goals that get scored. Yes, one goal yesterday, the 5-hole goal, the third one, absolutely needs to have. Unfortunately, they didn't score on that, but hey, I like the fact that they're humming. Like, it's tough. It's tough, right? Like, it's... And I get the frustration as a fan base. I get it. That's icing against the Oilers now. Like, trust me, I get the frustration of this fan base. Boy. But for fans to say that this is worse than the decade of darkness. So anyways, continuing on with the acquaintances. They said that they heard me talking about him, and one of the guys in the party said, "Oh, Matt was just in here a couple days ago and he called you a fat ass." And Chris is like, "So?" Like, so what? And yesterday I got in the party with all 5 of them. Chris was in there and the other people that tried to kind of call me out. And they're like, "So, what do you got to say, man?" I was like, "What do you mean what I got to say?" Chris knows no matter what, and I've told these guys several times, you will never go into a party without me in it. And hear anybody say, "Did you hear what Matt said about you?" You will never hear that. Never hear that. Because it's, yeah, Matt says a lot of stuff about me, but he also says it to my face. I'm glad I have a very small circle of friends. that they know I can trust them. If I'm not in a party, they'll come to me and be like, hey, this guy's talking mala crap about you. Or they'll stick up for me when I'm not there. I know too many times I've been in a party where they're talking about a third friend that I don't know, and I'm like, damn, you guys are really ragging on the kid. Like, he was just in the party 5 minutes ago and you weren't saying any of this stuff to him. He leaves the party and it's all bash. Like, good Lord. Evening, Epic.
This is what we're talking about in terms of that activation for the back end.
No, absolutely. I love Epic so much for that. Like,
active in the offense, and
dude.
Seattle Kraken, 16 goals for Montour already on the season, sets a franchise record. It was done a couple of years ago.
Yeah, you know, like, Daedalus, he's a great guy, man. Like,
that shot 11 goals as well for him.
Oilers started out hot. Let's just not get scored on like we did last night.
Also a top 16 in that regard. So
Also, lots of games going on that have implications on this game. Obviously, LA's playing tonight. Disagree on that. My friends don't save me from getting beat up. They don't have to. Thankfully, I come from a street life where we will gladly go. I may not win fights. No, I may not win them all. But I definitely don't lose very many. Also, you got to be smart. You got to only pick the fights you know you can win. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh. Laid on my neck wrong.
Jones was able to spot it, but he couldn't get around John Hayden.
But nowadays, it's kind of hard to say things in real life because you don't know if a guy's carrying a pew-pew or a stab-stab.
Max Jones for Dan Bilesman, his team, and he talked about the last time they saw each other on Saturday in Edmonton. He said, listen, we have a lot to play for internally.
I can't tell you those stories because that's not made for TV. It's not made for TV. It's past life. I don't go out looking for trouble anymore. I'm matured now. I've grown up. Yeah, there's kids here, absolutely. I'm a kid. I'm the biggest kid I know. 14. Oh, jeez. Save made by Picard. Nothing. 16:33 left to go in the first period. Throat. Shots are 3-1 Seattle. You kind of saw that this was going to be one of those games where Seattle was going to jump on the Oilers early. It's 100% made for TV. Nobody wants to see an OnlyFans channel of me, man. Nobody wants to see that. I'm pretty sure sometimes my wife doesn't want to see that. I'll be getting changed and they're like, put it away, put it away.
As soon as he holds on to that split second, he tries to elevate it. Tight draws the call en route to the net. Slashing is the call to Shane Wright, but a good chance again created off that line.
I've been bad. I will never atone for the bad things I have done. No way that's a penalty. No way that's a penalty.
Brady Hamilton did not hesitate, and Bouchard, much to his chagrin, will be heading to the box.
There's always little picks on the blue line on the entries, especially on the power play. And you're going to see him here. That's it. I think that's a terrible call. But perception is everything on the ice. I mean, he has just as much of a right to that space as the opposition. And little bit of a bump, but
There's no fucking way that you're going to call that a penalty. You better call that every fucking time moving forward in this game. Every time there's a player setting a moving pick or standing there and a player has to go through them, you better fucking call that a penalty. What a joke. Every time, you better call that a penalty. Holy.
Lead pass, Woolman. On the move, Zach Hyman. Scored again against Dallas. He scored the 4-3 goal. He's got 6 goals in his last 8 games and up to 26 on the year. Nugent Hopkins fighting off Kakko. Swung it back to Hyman. Kicked it back to Woolman. Darnell Nurse.
That's garbage. That's garbage by this officiating crew. That's tough. Those are the penalties we're calling in this game.
Accident injury lawyers, the heavy hitters in injury law.
I'm sorry.
Let's play around the world here. It's Walden with the one-timer, and Vince Dunn just doesn't allow Hyman to get into the front of the net there.
Those are the calls?
Pretty clean lane to find that puck on the blast to make the save.
All right.
Told you about the Oilers. Couple points behind LA, 7 behind Vegas in the Pacific. Seattle just playing out the string of 30, 36, and 6. They'll miss the playoffs for the 3rd time in their 4 seasons. Montour's this 4-on-4 continues for another 40 seconds. He'll grab a pass back from Riker Evans. Burakovsky to the middle and a shot by Jared McCann. A save made by Calvin Vickers. McCann's been
52-48 for the Oilers in favor. 5 shots to 3. 4-on-4. 5-4 the shots now. 14 and a half left to go in the first period. That's bizarro world, man. We are living in bizarro world.
He has really come on. Do you think the pace that Janmark and Brown play with plays to Skinner's strengths in terms of magnifying his ability to get his feet moving?
Oh, man.
And he knows where to go.
Everly inside, and that shot rifled wide by Shane Wright. A great chance. And remember, Wright had 3-point blankers on Saturday, and none of them went in early.
That's why he knocked my screen off the wall. He's slamming the door back at the bench.
You're not holding a grudge, are you?
No.
Here's Wright.
Let it out every once in a while.
Everly around the boards. Jaden Schwartz kicks it back to Alexiak. Across to Josh Mahura in front. A good read by Woolman, who recognized
what's that, Epic?
was going to Schwartz. Now Janmark down the middle of the ice. Henry in front and redirected.
Why isn't Ekholm playing?
Matthias Janmark with Alexiak draped all over him. Brett Kulak on the puck. Cross-seamer.
Lower body injury.
Kulak. Brown. Can't find a lane. Recover the puck briefly. Everly, the Kraken captain. Off to Jaden Schwartz, and it's a reset for Seattle. No score, 7 minutes in. Want to welcome those of you who are watching over on Sportsnet East and Pacific as Minnesota rallied past Washington 4-2. Alex Ovechkin unable to come up with a goal, and we have too many men, I believe, on the Seattle Kraken. So you arrived just in time to see Edmonton awarded its 2nd power play of the night.
Don't call it their second power play.
Joey Decord has been perfect thus far.
It's their first power play because the refs took away their first one. Ekholm has a lower body injury and is being evaluated in Edmonton. And for all the fans saying, why didn't the Oilers jump on Rantanen when he hit Skinner? Because the play happened so fast, nobody even knew what happened. The play happened so fast and the whistle was blown so quickly that nobody even knew what happened to Stuart Skinner. So nobody had a chance to jump Rantanen. And every time they did later on in the game, Rantanen wouldn't fight. Thus, when Sam Steele ran through Picard, you got Woolman and the other guys on the team jumping on him. Yep, absolutely we have a Discord. Absolutely. Lubo's in charge of that. Speaking of Lubo, hopefully he's doing well. Can join us on the weekend. What do you think about Oilers going out? Never going to happen, good night. Never going to happen. I hate to tell people this, and I hate to be that guy, but females don't belong in male sports. No, absolutely you can join it. The link is in the description below. It gets updated daily. But yeah, like I said, I hate to be that guy, but females don't belong in male sports. Just like males don't belong in female sports.
For Edmonton, the first one was cut short on the interference call to Evan Bouchard, but an opportunity here to get on the board. They've had some good chances early on, and Skinner's been a part of that.
First power play lasted all of 13 seconds. Now Skinner's going to jump in and take the
Like, don't get me wrong. If there's a female coach that is better than every other candidate out there, for sure, take a look. But don't hire someone just to hire someone. Jeff Skinner with a sneaky little shot. I agree with you. 100%. 100%.
This Oiler Power Play brought to you by Play Alberta. Power up your play with 400 plus casino games and 100 free spins. Oh.
There's a lot of great female coaches. Go coach the female league.
In across the line, tried to force it into Nugent Hopkins, picked off and cleared by Tolvanen. Calvin Pickard, that outstanding record on the year, 17-7-1. Remember, he came on and played the last 13 minutes last night, saw only 3 shots. It was all Edmonton down the stretch. Oilers got 3 goals in the final 10.5. Dallas able to hang on for a 4-3 victory. Bouchard to Nugent Hopkins, a shot close in the waiting arms of Decor.
Let's go, boys.
Perch himself in front.
Good shot selection here by Nugent Hopkins. It gets deflected en route, or else his stick runs kind of into his stick en route to the shot, so it doesn't get quite the pace that he wants on it. But he's got Zach Hyman presenting that screen similar to where he scored Saturday against the Kraken from that spot on the power play. But this time, Decor's able to swallow that one up.
Come on, Calgary.
Seattle has really struggled early in games. They're minus 46.
You're not wrong, Eprick.
The first 2 periods, a lead.
And I'm sure one day, when I'm old and gray, we're going to have what's called Intergender National Hockey League, where both men and women are playing against each other. And it's probably going to be really great hockey. Really great hockey. There's going to be no hitting. Everybody's going to be wearing cages.
I don't know. I think we're averaging a whistle every 25 seconds.
Producer Larry Isaac will like it.
Gargi able to win the face-off and a clear. 10 whistles in about 8 minutes. There we go with Jake Woolman.
Like I said, I played hockey with some really great female athletes when I was a kid, when I was younger. But at a certain time and a certain age, females and males have to be separated. Oilers are going to get nothing out of this power play as well. It's a tough power play, man. It's a tough looking power play. Really. It's going to be a rough stretch for this Oilers team. Good thing it's impossible for the Vancouver Canucks or Calgary Flames to catch the Oilers.
Booted out by Kakko, and here's Hayden streaking down the right-hand side. Puts the brakes on against Kapanen. Worked his way back to the NHL after 2 successful years in OFR2.
I actually have to look and see who the refs are in this fucking game. This is too comical.
Now Kakko off the feet from Hayden, trying to sneak one inside.
That makes sense. That fucking makes sense.
By Vasily Podkolzin. Scampering across the line and pressure from Adam Larson. Trying to tuck it inside. Colvin in there to take it away. Vince Dunn. Stetcher stopped that puck's momentum. Again playing forward on this shift. Here's Brett Kulak in across the line.
I'm with you. I'm with you. I honestly think he's going to play Saturday. I honestly think you're going to see McDavid play either Saturday or in Vegas, despite them saying that he might not be ready till playoffs. Discord server's not working. Well, let me fix that. Technology. Yeah, all these injuries, they suck, man. But I'd rather get them now than 2 weeks from now or 3 weeks from now when we're in a playoff hunt. Echo. You can't take a wild card spot. The way the playoffs are set up now, you can't take a wild card. Because St. Louis can't jump you and neither can Minnesota. So the only way for us to take a wild card is if Vancouver and or Calgary are wild card teams. That's why I say it's pretty much impossible for the Oilers not to be where they are right now. Because of the way the standings are set up and the way the playoffs are set up, it's top 3 in each division make the playoffs, and then it's wild card 1 and 2 are the next 2 teams, no matter what division they're in. Take those 2 wild cards. So as it stands right now, because of Minnesota and St. Louis wild card teams, Oilers won't fall less than 3rd. You could have a potential like you had last year in the East, where the wild card team had more points than the second place team in the division, in the other division. But because of seedings, they were wild card team 1.
Big addition back in their lineup too. Missed a lot of time, 40 games with an injury, but since he's come back, he's really found his stride once again, as he always does.
Remember, Dallas should have cakewalked us last night, and they didn't. I don't think Dallas is very good. I think Dallas is doing exactly what Dallas needs to do and what they did. Boys are looking okay. For a team that played last night, the boys are looking good. Shots are 7-7. We've had 2 power plays. One was 5 seconds long. Can't wait for St. Louis to play an actual fucking NHL team.
But the captain, he was missed, and they're happy to have him back in the lineup.
Yeah, Dallas is overrated, but they've got a few guys on LTIR so they can get Rantanen.
That's a serious situation. That could be
Come playoff time, they're getting two or three guys back on their back end. Panthers are not winning the cup again. Like, they're not even going to get out of round one. I will tell you that with 100% certainty. The Panthers are going to get swept in round one.
Quite frankly, that's all you can do. You know, when you realistically, when you look at it here, on the outside look,
Brady Tkachuk and the Ottawa Senators are going to go into Florida and show his older brother who the real Tkachuk is.
Trying to build your game individually as a player, but also as a team, how you want to play. Here's Jordan Eberle since he's come back, and he's always been that clutch player, knows how to get to the right spot, has the smoothest hands.
Cool.
When it comes to making those kind of plays around the net. And he hasn't lost that. He's always possessed that. 34 goals back in
yeah, like I'm not worried too much about the Oilers playoffs and how well they're going to do. I have my predictions already.
For him, he's really found a home here in Seattle.
I believe we might see a Canadian final.
Shot off the rush taken by Mikey Eyssimont, who again was around it, not only against Edmonton, but against Calgary. An effective fourth-line player. As Pickard makes the save, and the puck eventually worked down a play on the Oiler bench.
They've played just like the Oilers. They've played more. They're the only team in the NHL right now that has played more hockey than the Edmonton Oilers in the last 2 years.
Jordan Eberle with a minute and 30. There's that chance from a sharp angle again as Eyssimont gets the puck to the net. Handled well by Pickard, not to allow that to pop right out to the front of the net.
Hayden bearing down for a draw.
Oh, that would be awesome, Epic. That would be something.
Lofts one up the ice. Hyman will track it down.
Am I crazy though?
First on the puck. Gauthier to Hayden.
Who's their backup goalie?
Had a tough second season for Tony Gauthier, but as Louis mentioned,
Who's Florida's backup goalie?
second goal since early December the other night in that loss to Calgary. Hyman failed to clear. Long shot by Hayden, and that'll be squeezed by Pickard with 7:10 to go in this scoreless first.
Carbon X is proud to partner with the Edmonton Oilers to help them offset emissions and score big.
I'm just saying, they might not get swept. Okay, I'll give Florida one game, maybe two, but Ottawa's coming out of that series.
Skinner left with a little more time on the clock, and he had to step in there and battle.
And Mark, right side for Connor Brown. Two solid outings.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. But I'm at the center like, who? Also, there is a goalie that is on the Oilers' radar right now. Just a second. 6.5 minutes left to go. Vedik Vanacek. Who? Sorry, I don't follow the Panthers hockey.
That backdoor tap in, and every time it's been denied with a good stick. Here's this hard carom off the wall. Now Darnell Nurse kind of gives McCann a little shove.
Good.
Old teammates back at Sault Ste. Marie, and he bulldozes into Pickard, who kind of just brushed it off. Wasn't a heavy collision, but Nurse just trying to clear the front. Inadvertently puts him into his own goaltender. Olivier Rodrigue on the bench there, you saw in replacement of Stuart Skinner, who's not on the trip after leaving the game last night in that collision with Rantanen.
Towards the shot, kicked aside by Pickard, rebound Riker Evans. Louis mentioned McCann, a junior teammate of Nurse, who was drafted in the first round of 2013. Here's Kapanen walking in, forced out Mott. McCann was drafted in the first round by Vancouver a year later. Looked away from Stetcher, who was barreling out the slot. And here comes Schwartz the other way. Bouchard back, center pass. Lost for a backhander, and that went off Pickard's stick and sailed out of play.
Yeah, I follow all sports as well, except for the WNBA.
11 first period saves.
Yeah, that's his best so far in the game, and a real good point.
Yeah, right? Like, I love football. I am a big football guy. I try not to call it American soccer. I call it football.
How fast did you get up the ice, Montour? You blink, he's
Shots are 11-7 for Seattle. 6:05, let's go in the first. Nothing is your score.
Reminds me of Brian Leach back in the day. Yeah, look one way, he's gone the other.
Boy, did Anaheim have a run of offensive mind.
Eric, you almost had me on that till you said comedy. I mean, you want to see a sport full of comedy. Softball. Men's softball. In the States, they have competitive men's softball. It's kind of a joke to me. Like, okay, so you're a 6'5", 300-pound man that can hit nothing but home runs. Good for you. Foosball's the devil sport, yeah? Foosball's for the devil. I like Lydia, Mom, and she likes me, and she showed me her boobies. Yeah, I agree. The MLS is tough to watch. I'm a big fan of the European soccer. The only thing I don't like about soccer is the ties. I'll be honest with you. I don't like the ties and the low scoring. Oh, for sure. For sure. But I think, like, that's the difference between fast pitch. Like, female fast pitch with big softball, man, that's nuts. I wouldn't want to stand in the way of that. Wow.
That was delivered from Jake Wallman, and now DeCord with a nice job of getting up near the hash marks to grab a loose puck and rough stuff developing.
Diane, I did that once, got that t-shirt, don't want to ever do that again. That is a story I can tell on this channel. So back in the day, I went over to England, and I'm a big Chelsea supporter. I have a Chelsea jersey on. We are at a Manchester United game, Old Stratford. And, yeah, I was sitting with, I wouldn't say I was sitting with the Manchester United supporters, but I was in and around that section wearing a Chelsea blue. And the colors are very contrasting. You've got red and white for Manchester United. You've got blue for Chelsea. And yeah, thankfully they knew I was a foreigner by the way I talked and by the way I looked. You're not from around here. Yeah, they're huge. Yeah, they're really close to each other. But like, if it wasn't for my accent, me, and them knowing that I wasn't from there, I probably would have got my head kicked in once or twice. But yeah, they were good people. I mean, yeah, I don't understand it for the WNBA. Like, just be happy she's making you guys money for the first time in 25 years. You've made profit. You're absolutely right, Epic. You're absolutely right on that. Like, and that is one reason why from now on, if I'm ever going to England or any European soccer stadium, I'm going to sit by the people that cheer for the team I'm cheering for. Obviously, Germany and Chelsea are my two main ones.
You don't win tonight. You know whose fault it is. You, me, and Louis, because we brought.
No, I'm well aware of how lucky I am to not be put in a hospital or worse that trip.
How about that though, Louis, on the Seattle?
Definitely thankful.
Back-to-back, the Kraken are 0-11. Ouch. And in this league, as you know, finding a way to squeeze out points in the football is prerequisite to making the playoffs.
Just because you get annoyed by it, I'm going to mess it up every time, buddy.
Successful season.
Every time.
The nature of the schedule.
You have to be able to manage your game. And sometimes when you don't.
I'm not going to say you are. I'm going to say your.
A solid team set.
Your.
Gives you an opportunity to
Ooh, ouch.
Perry went down.
Perry gets tripped, no call.
Somehow Perry kept it alive. Finally
Get the number of that asshole.
And a reset for the Seattle Kraken and Josh Mahura. We're up in St. Albert.
Oh.
And he leaves it for Jamie Alexiak. 3 minutes to play in this first period.
Oh, you're good, man. Yeah.
Alexiak.
Yeah.
Not realizing the Four Corners offense doesn't apply in hockey. Turns it over and a quick shot rifle off the chest.
Football Club Byron is...
Positional save. He did not move on that shot there.
Although you won't be seeing Alphonso Davies there much longer.
And that's an offside.
He sounds like he's being transferred to England when he's healthy. I guess he got hurt in that gold medal, the bronze medal game between USA Canada. I guess he got hurt during that game. So Alphonso Davies, the Fonz, isn't playing right now for Byron. Not like they need him, to be honest with you. They got a stacked team.
I'll tell you what else it didn't miss, and that was the noggin of Joey DeCord. Probably a little paint missing on that helmet. Here's Max Jones walking in. Well played by Riker Evans behind the net captain. How's it Klingberg, his wrist shot toward the net.
Or just read it once as your.
Able to peel that back into his midsection.
I don't understand why that bothers people. Like,
Yeah, close again. Close again on this shot to the net. Puts it into the danger.
I get why that would. I just don't know why.
He just kind of zips it through. He knows Nugent.
Yeah, lots of goalie headshots this game.
Jones was buzzing in the first time, looking in the direction right there. And then DeCord's able to find it and skates.
You guys know this goalie prospect that the Oilers are looking at. Well, sounds like 29, 28 other teams are looking at them. Yeah, he might be headed to Man City. Which would be cool.
And the rebound right. Gave it right back to Jones. Followed up on by Montour. Here's Jordan Eberle. Taken by Nugent Hopkins. Klingberg.
I mean, that would be awesome if Man City took him. I'm not a fan of Man City, but
Soft chip to Kapanen. Too far for Nugent Hopkins.
better than Liverpool.
Sorry, Jack, getting an extra shift here with the 2-4.
Honestly, better Man City than Liverpool in my eyes.
Troy Stetcher has filled it in the
2 minutes
right
left to go in the first period. 11-10 of the shots. Oilers, Kraken, nothing.
Added Beniers.
I'm trying to think of the goalie's name. That's why I haven't said it. I'm drawing a blank on his name right now. He plays for the London Knights. He just went like 32-1.
Emerson holds sway. Janmark didn't get it out. Done to Larson. His shot blocker to the corner by Picker. Rebound Vince Dunn inside. Newman his shot. He wired it wide to the glove side. Good luck for Newman in the slot. Emerson. Janmark clears. Beniers on the counterattack. Tripped over the invisible white ice and got blasted by Emerson for his trouble.
Emberson just blasted him. It's good to see Emberson in the game, though. Sucks that we don't have Ekholm, but 1 minute remaining in the first period. 1 minute remaining in the first period.
Looking to make things happen. Second effort. Woolman throws it toward the net. Hit Brown. Rebound. Skinner.
Skinner of the Jeffrey Organization Skinners. We got a 1-0 lead. Do-do-do, 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 do-do-do.
He was having a discussion all the way. I don't know if
Everybody in the car, so come on, let's ride to the liquor store around the corner. The boys say they want some gin and juice, but I really don't wanna. Feel buzz like I had last week. I must stay because caught this cheap. I like Angela, Pamela, Sandra, and Rita. And as I continue, you know they get sweeter. So what can I do? I really value my lord. To me, son is just like a boy. Anything fly, it's all good. Let me jump in and turn in the trumpet. A little that's all I need. A little bit of green, that's what I see. A little bit of Sandra in the sun. A little bit of Mary.
Yeah, no, it's a good thing. It's a good thing I was muted. It's a good thing I was muted because I was going off. I said some things I probably shouldn't have said. But what a joke. What a joke. GM meetings. Every GM in the league. How can we increase scoring? How can we get more goal scoring in our league? We scored a goal. Puck does not get touched. But that one that was touched by LA Kings, clear as fucking day, it was touched. That counted. Why did that count? Because the refs wanted to get the fuck off the ice. We don't want to play overtime. We don't want to go into double or triple overtime. I don't understand the referees in this league, and there needs to be a league-wide referee look in the offseason. End of 1-0. Oilers should be up 1-0, but I digress. There needs to be a league-wide look at your officials and why so many people throughout the league, fans, teams, owners, everybody is saying the same things about your officials. And you, Gary Bettman, refuse to admit you have a problem. Gary Bettman refuses to admit that he has a reffing problem in the NHL. Well, he also thinks that teams belong in New Orleans. Bring a team back to Atlanta. Put a team in Houston. Another team in Arizona. But I digress. Any Whoosies out of town scoreboard. Oh, that irks me. That irks me. You ready for the out of town scoreboards, guy? It's not going to be happy. Stars 3, Flames 1 after 2. Nothing after 1, Kings Avalanche. Nothing after 1, Oilers Kraken. 1-0 Sharks over the Maple Leafs. 12 minutes left in that game. The Sabres beat the Penguins 7-3. The Senators beat the Rings 4-3. The Lightning, score 8 on the Utah Mammoth. 8-0 final there. Philadelphia Flyers after Tortorella gets fired, a.k.a. quit. Score 6, beats the Montreal Canadiens 6-4. The Wild beat the Capitals 4-2. The Blues beat the Predators 3-2 because everybody beats the Predators except for the Maple Leafs. When will the Blues team play an actual NHL team? Wait, they do play one. Not tomorrow. Friday, I think they play. Or Saturday, they play against the Colorado Avalanche. If the Blues win that game, I will concede they are a good team. But right now, they're beating on bottom feeder teams. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. The Blues are a bunch of fukazis. Anyways, shots are 12-12. Face-offs are 65-34 in favor of the Seattle Kraken. Hits 8-6 for the Oilers. Block shots 3-2 for the Kraken. Giveaway 8 for the Oilers. 5 for the Kraken. 2 takeaways for the Oilers. Oilers have won the season series. It's just a matter of do you win 4-0 or do you win 3-1? Now that you get it, got it good and understood. That's awesome. You would not like me because I do not use grammar at all correctly. And I don't give a if you correct me or not. Because I'll just, now that I know it bothers you, I'll just do it purposely now. I'm that guy. That's not very funny, Eric. That's not funny at all. Good luck going to the game, Bunny. I really hope they show up for you. No, don't go Blues. Blues are garbage, man. No, I don't think. I honestly think Vancouver's going to take over that spot. Vancouver will beat the Jets. You're a clown. I know I am a clown. No, I kid. In all honesty, I don't see the Blues making the playoffs. They have too many games in hand. Like, sure, it looks pretty. Honestly, it looks pretty. I don't care how many points you have. You have so many games in hand on Calgary and so many games in hand on Vancouver. It's just... And the fact that you've had to go on this 10-game win streak just to get there... You're going to fizzle out when you play good teams. And thankfully for us, the good teams are coming. They got Colorado, Dallas. They lose 2 of those games and they're toast. Like, any Hoosies. Yeah, Leafs are getting outworked by the Sharks right now. It's actually good to see. They're not, unfortunately. Unfortunately for everybody, they're not going back to the copper and blue. '06, what a good year. They're stuck to this royal blue and orange. They're married to these colors. Oh, my neck. That's fine. That's fine. You can win by a loser point. You can get in by that one loser point. I don't care if I'd much rather see a Canadian team in it than a team that doesn't deserve to be there, like St. Louis. I'm sorry, but that team does not deserve to be there. Yeah, no, exactly. No, we don't acknowledge the hardworking people in the oil and gas industry. They're bad men, just like everybody says the orange man in America bad. That's what they think of when they think of oil and gas workers in Canada. Bad. It truly is a joke and a half. Like, I never worked in the oil and gas industry. But without the oil and gas industry, we would have no industry in Western Canada. No, you're not wrong. I get that, Bunny. Like, every fan base has those people. Unfortunately, Oiler fans, there's plenty of those. Okay, come on. I gotta go upstairs and... Oh my God. I'll be back. Enjoy some of the Ritz.
better. Just a quick update. As you heard, Bob, prior to the game, Chris Knobloch said he is feeling better, listed day-to-day, but it is a big topic of conversation. Here's this number one goalie on the part of the Edmonton Oilers who's been knocked around a lot this season. What do you think?
I can understand that there's a little bit of frustration and exasperation out there in oil country, and we need to be protective of the crease. I mean, the response here, and this actually was the Oilers' fourth game of the year. They lost their first three, and I think this jump-started Edmonton against Philly. I mean, the size differential between Troy Stetcher and Sacha Perrier here, and I love the fact that, you know, the Oilers stepped up for him. He got creamed into here by the Winnipeg Jets. Gabe Velarde, who's a big man, you know, backing into him there. And then when we saw, and I'll be honest with you, I did not see this on the initial viewing, and I don't think I was the only one. We heard Corey Perry's comments after the game. Let's just say that I get it, I hear it. We're obviously worried about Stuart Skinner. As a rule of thumb, you want to lessen the amount of traffic around your net. But the Oilers are going to have a different team the closer we get to the playoffs than they have right now as well. So just, you know, you want a requisite response to a degree, but it's also not the 1970s and 1980s where you touch our goalie, we're running your goalie. Like, the game's just not simply played that way. So something to monitor and keep an eye on, but right now we're more focused, I think, on getting Stuart Skinner back up to 100%.
Right, exactly. That is most important. Corey did say that they would deal with it internally, and when Chris Knobloch was asked about it after last night's game, he said, listen, someone doesn't want to fight. What are you going to do? Take a major and for sure cost your team the game. So it's really a difficult situation. Bottom line, we hope Stuart's feeling better. We say hello to him. Day-to-day is not bad, considering I thought, or some thought, could be worse than that. So here's there's no good news out of that, but the other news is that the Oilers have I don't even want to call him a backup, because if you look at his numbers and his play, Calvin Pickard has been awesome. What do you think, Bob, about how he has stepped up in the Oilers?
If you had told me this 2 years ago that we'd be in this situation right now, I would have said you're crazy. I mean, Pickard was signed to be an organizational number 3 goalie. The Oilers have been very specific when they've spotted him in there. He had a good record last year, and I think he's been, you know, very good. 17-7-1, that's his record. You know, he's at a 900 save percentage in the year, which goalie save percentage has dropped a bit. I don't think you can ask much more. And another thing that Oilers fans need to focus in on is what Edmonton's collectively spending in goaltending. They're amongst the bottom 3 or 4 teams in the league. You know, $3.6 million in cap space between 2 goaltenders. You know, I think you can't, you know, I just for the record, I think that Pickard's going to get the start against Calgary, and it wouldn't surprise me if he got the start against Vegas as well. So I think we're going to see him for a couple games here, just as Stuart Skinner gets maybe a little bit of time to go through, you know, some challenges here in the short term. If you're an Oilers partisan, I just think back to how effusive Leon Draisaitl was in his praise of Pickard, that victory against the Carolina Hurricanes. He's given Edmonton exactly what they could have asked for this season.
Bob, thanks very much. We couldn't ask for more from you, but we will. In the second intermission, you'll be back to discuss what's going on this evening between the Oilers and the Kraken. On the way, it's Louis DeBrusque and Jack Michaels.
Okay, the molar on this side came in.
Welcome to the NHL Hockeyverse, where real NHL action is transformed into animation. The NHL Hockeyverse matchup of the week, Saturday, 12 p.m. Eastern on Sportsnet.
Some people say at Napa Auto Pro, customers never call back to... Yes? Okay. Yep. Who worked on Mr. Cooper's car? Me? Love you. He said, great job.
Napa Auto Pro. It's true.
But no,
Introducing Rogers Xfinity with internet that handles
problem.
No, like that Rantanen hit wasn't dirty at all. That's why I don't understand why people are so outraged that we didn't protect him. And again, Knobloch was right. You wanted to go fight the guy, but how can you fight someone who doesn't want to fight? So now you're going to fight a guy. You're going to get the 5 and the 10. And the guy's going to get 2 for roughing. You're putting yourself at a disadvantage for retaliation. But the fact that Wallman got 2 minutes for taking a guy down for running the goalie later on in that game, that was BS. Like, you want us to protect our goalies, but every time we do, we're in the box. I thought that shouldn't have been an even up call when Steele ran over Picard. Like, that was a clear run over. But yeah. Ba.
We're just 2 days away
Coming
from
underway in the second period. Nothing is a score. 12-12 with a shot.
To win 2 jackpots.
Because of course, Oilers score a goal, but it gets taken away.
Jersey, Morgan Wallen tickets, and $10,000 cash. Get your tickets now at EdmontonOilers.com/5050 for more chances.
Our next game is Saturday against the Flames in Edmonton.
Calvin Pickard limbering up after a first period in which he matched Joey DeCord with 12 saves on 12 shots. Jeff Skinner and a backhander top shelf taken off the board when it was ruled. Connor Brown's stick high, nicked the puck. Brown still lobbying with Francis Chiron. Too little too late as far as that argument is concerned.
Francis Chiron shouldn't be a rep in the NHL.
Period, which has been Edmonton's best all year.
You had your 3 years and you sucked all 3 years.
28 in the second period. Schwartz and Connor Brown collide. Jordan Everly, a little flip ahead for Schwartz, a shot off the rush, and a stick save made by Calvin Pickard again, being backed up tonight by Olivier Rodrigue.
Olivier Rodrigue is the backup to
season at Bakersfield. 18 wins this year. Ryder Evans looks to get it back, taken down, and that's going to be a penalty against Edmonton. A wrist shot fanned on by Montour.
Hey, Oilers are on the penalty again.
Kraken will go to the power play, and it's not been a great year for Seattle on the man advantage, but Louis in their last couple
going to the
games
box.
has come alive a little bit.
30 seconds into the second period.
Saturday versus Edmonton in that close game in the third period, one early, one late, and there's the hook on Janmark as he takes Evans, the defenseman, activating up on the play down.
I believe that's the one they actually show you on the video when they're explaining what a hook penalty is.
The perfect definition of a hook.
That's
Off to Pickard's left. Oiler PK nicked for a couple against Seattle, as Louis talked about, and one more last night in the loss to Dallas. That was a 5-on-3 power play goal. Burakovsky to the point.
took my hat off.
By Vince Dunn.
And then you just drop it. You shake it on my head and you drop it.
18 goals in his 34 games against Edmonton. Wrist shot fired up.
We're fighting for power over here.
Karam's out of play. McCann took the shot. Offensive zone face-off upcoming for Seattle.
Some pace on it too off the stick of McCann. He's always had that wicked wrister, and it's dangerous from that spot on the ice. And the shot from Dunn too was deflected, I believe, by Schwartz in front. But here it is. He loads this up as good as anybody. I think Emerson maybe gets a piece of that en route in that shooting lane.
Frustrating year for him. 40 goals a couple years ago. Tailed off from 27 last year, just 17 this year. Shooting percentage under 10 for Burakovsky.
Big save there by Pickard.
Save made by Pickard, and Burakovsky scored on a laser on Saturday.
From that spot, right there. Put it under the bar, short side. This one handled by Pickard is the power play of the Seattle Kraken.
Yeah. Well, much like Edmonton last night, right? Outshot them 44-24.
Shane Wright wins the draw. Vince Dunn. McCann.
What a save by Calvin Picard again.
Covering up Jane Schwartz. Long defense. Jaden Schwartz, power play goal. Seattle takes a 1-0 lead.
That's when you give out enough space to a team.
Goals in 3 consecutive games, 22 on the year.
Well, McCann and Schwartz connected against the Flames a couple nights ago on this exact pass. It doesn't connect the first one, but it sets up what happens in the next sequence. Shot pass by McCann. Schwartz right there in the back door. Knows he missed a good opportunity there, but if you watch McCann the second time he gets it, comes high to low. Great cross-seam pass over to Burakovsky, and he finds Schwartz, who moves over to the other side, gets that stick hard down on the ice and redirects it home on a beautiful pass by Burakovsky. So 2 chances in succession. I counted 5, 6 times. 6 times as the Kraken brought that puck to the net on that power play, and the 6th time it finally puts it home.
19 goals in 35 games against Edmonton.
Gotta love it, right? Take a goal off the board one way, and the team goes and scores another.
1-0 for the Seattle Kraken. The power play goal, time 1:18.
And Jaden Schwartz takes over the lead for goal scoring this year for the Kraken. Right there, that one being his 22nd of the year.
Burakovsky, a terrific look. He now has points in his last 3. A clear off the draw by Mahura. Kulak tied up for a moment, then freed it for Corey Perry. His wrist shot was smothered by a...
Oh, there's a cross-check not called on the hands. These are the dirtiest cross-checks that this team gives. I'm not even kidding when I say that. Defense are just giving the dirtiest little fucking cross-checks on forward. Getting away with it.
Hit hard by Kapanen. Kulak the outlet, Bouchard back to Kapanen. And it's a reload for Edmonton, playing tonight without Stuart Skinner, Matthias Ekholm, Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl. Of course, Trent Frederick likely not to skate with the team for another 10 days. And Evander Kane not expected back until the playoffs. Here's Max Jones dumping it in. Seattle playing for a 4th straight night without Chandler Stevenson. Wired on net by Wollman. A save made by Decor. The rebound to Arvidsson. Wollman can really shoot, and Klingberg fires toward the net. Dunn thought he was slashed, didn't get the call. He doesn't have his glove, goes after Jones, chipped off the boards. Jones is able to hold the zone, but Colson across. Dunn by now, having picked up his gloves, but he's really feeling it. Cartier still looking at that left hand, smashed on net by Larson. Easily repelled by Calvin Pickard. And now Victor Arvidsson will reverse back behind for Wollman. Turned it over, stepping in, shooting and scoring.
Fucking Podkolzin.
2 goals in a span of 2 minutes and 6 seconds. And the Kraken extend to a 2-0 lead.
After all that time in the offensive zone for Edmonton, a couple great opportunities, a rebound right out in front. Wollman gets to this puck, and he's just trying to put it up the ice. It's the forecheck that forces this pass a little quicker than Wollman wants to make it. And he gets up, that puck was on the rim, and it just goes right to Schwartz. And he makes short work of this chance up over top of the blocker, walks in, and buries it for his 2nd in succession, 2-0 Kraken.
Well, what we say on Saturday, when Edmonton's the opponent, you can bank on James Schwartz having an impact. And he's got 4 goals in his last 3 games. 3 of them coming against Edmonton. Everly fighting off a check, back to the point for Montour. Here's Scampers over to make the play up the right-hand side for tie.
Podkolzin has to get that fucking puck out. Your defenseman is passing you the puck. You are the forward on the wall. Make it out of the zone. You are the forward on the wall. You get that fucking puck out of the zone. No excuse for it. Oy, oy, oy. No excuse for that puck not getting out.
Which team did you constantly light up? What was point night for you?
I didn't judge mine by points, though.
No. You were looking for those fives. You wanted a 15 at the end of the night. Here's Emerson. Off the right-hand side, Zach Hyman. Knocked off the stick of Adam Henrique. He'll get it back from Corey Perry. Sent it out to Emerson. Shot by Nurse, and that was tipped wide at Joey DeCourcy. 2-0 lead on home ice.
I've got.
Trying to snap a 9-game losing streak to the
I have nothing good I gotta say about this Oilers team right now.
Perry to Hyman. In front, fires on a stick save made by Joey DeCourcy. Worked up the left-hand side. Ellie Tolman. Of course, if you watched last night's game, you know Edmonton was down 4-0. 10.5 to go in the third period. Made a game of it. Alexiak, so even short-handed and on short rest. Not nearly thinking this one can be put to bed just yet.
This league is such a
Nurse
joke.
will shoot it in. More than half a hockey game still to be played. 5 minutes gone by, second period. Nugent Hopkins winds it around to Klingberg. His shot pinballs off Kako. Sent back to Kako, and the breakout coming. Odd man rush for Seattle. Beniers dropped it off. Open. It's back toward Newman, and a save on Beniers by Pickard. A second save on Beniers. As Kulak safely exits to Podkolzin, and now Nugent Hopkins. Arvidsson calling for it. One-timer. A save. A rebound. And a sprawling denial of Nugent Hopkins by Joey DeCourcy. And Nugent Hopkins can't believe it.
Yeah, it's a great save, great read by DeCourcy. This one popped right to Nugent Hopkins. He gets it away fairly quickly, too, when he was there to meet it. Good drive down deep into the zone by Arvidsson. The one-timer by Klingberg, and not handled by DeCourcy first as Podkolzin drive into the middle of the ice. And right there, the rebound. Here's Henrique coming into the front of the net. Takes a pretty good cross-check here from Big Alexiak, and that...
No call on that, right, ref? No call on that, eh, Francois Cherwon? Francois Cherwon, no call on. Punch to the mouth, no call. Oh, but you'll call those that you don't see, though.
Went down in that collision with Alexiak. Had some words going off the bench.
What a fucking
Great
joke.
work by our audio crew there. You can hear Klingberg from 25 feet away calling for that puck from Arvidsson, screaming, Arby, Arby. Set up the great chance. Here's James Schwartz already with 2 goals. Setting up Everly. Backhander denied by Pickard. And he'll fall on the rebound with 6 minutes gone by in this second period. And the Kraken have taken it to the Oilers. James Schwartz with a...
Kraken better be taken to the Oilers. They played fucking last night. Kraken haven't played for 3 days. I sure hope they got fucking arrested. Well, this is what they wanted, right? They wanted all our guys. You want to see what the Oilers are without your top 3 players in the lineup? Well, you're seeing it now. No Ekholm, no McDavid, no Draisaitl. Backup goalie in. Playoffs can't come fast enough. Playoffs cannot come fast enough. Yes, I do think the Oilers will hoist the cup. Like I said, like if you're going to be an idiot and think that this is the Oilers lineup going into the playoffs, I don't know what to tell you. Unlike Toronto, which has their playoff lineup in already and still suck ass, I will take the Oilers over Toronto any day of the week. Just my 2 cents. Like I said, I'm just at that point where get these games over with.
unlike his MLB team was earlier today.
Tough sledding right now.
You're not wrong. You're not
The
wrong.
Edmonton Oilers trailing 2-0, scoreless first period.
We definitely were blessed to see a relatively healthy
period number 2 and with the puck. Schwartz
Oilers team all year last year.
Back to Schwartz, trying to get around Kapanen. Nothing doing. Kapanen stays right with him. From his belly, still set up a play through the slot for Evans. Then Schwartz back in front to Eberle, moved around.
Yeah, the giveaways me, Dan.
And for a moment, just sitting there before being cleared by Bouchard, not out of the zone. Right to Jaden Schwartz. Knocked off kilter by Adam Henrique, who, as Louis mentioned, was shaken up moments ago, but gutting it out right now. DeCord with a turnover. Kapanen had a man open in the slot. Nugent Hopkins, he didn't see him. Schwartz clears to Eberle, and the Kraken will bump it right back into the Oiler end.
Yep.
Eberle finishes his check and might have been guilty of holding Emerson. They're going to give Jordan Eberle a penalty there. Tough one for Eberle to take with his team.
Power play Oilers. Time to get a fucking goal here. Do something. Should be 2-1, but hey, I digress.
I didn't like it too much. You have a little conversation. Holding the stick is going to be this penalty to Eberle right here as he finishes his check. But right there, when he reaches out with the right hand, is when the arm goes up on Emerson. So fairly easy to call.
What a fucking makeup call.
This one, I mean, this was a hard shot from
Wallman blocks a shot. He gets a stinger.
He takes that one.
Wow.
In a tough spot, still on the bench. Great sign as he's really been committed to getting into the shooting lane. But a power play opportunity here for Edmonton to cut this lead in half.
And I think a fairly important one to kind of revive the energy on the Edmonton bench right now. Nugent Hopkins, a clean face-off win. Bouchard steps up. Jeff Skinner will give it back to him. Through Arvidsson to Nugent Hopkins. Net front is Hyman. Arvidsson.
I don't know.
One-timer Bouchard. Same rebound was sitting there.
I don't know what this team is going to look like next year.
Bouchard. Peering inside. Arvidsson. Dragged it back up top. Jeff Skinner. Bouchard across. Nugent Hopkins. Arvidsson, Nugent Hopkins, Bouchard, Skinner backing off, under pressure, shakes it off, gives it up, Bouchard, Jeff Skinner, back door, and that went through the wickets of Nugent Hopkins, and a clear for Brendan Montour. Check it, Larson. Bouchard to collect halfway through, the penalty to Jordan Eberle. Nugent Hopkins hustles it over the line, settled by Skinner, left for Hyman. Trying to twirl it down low. Larson broke it up, lunging play by Bouchard. Shot, and that missed high blocker on the court. Rebound Larson, did not get it out. Jeff Skinner in the mix. Stapled by Larson, Hyman to Arvidsson. Bouchard, Nugent Hopkins, Jeff Skinner, Nugent Hopkins.
I won't even preface that with a comment. Skinner is a very capable goalie.
20 seconds. Featuring Klingberg and Nurse on the back end. Henrique, Kapanen.
He's a very capable goalie. You don't get to Game 7 of a final without a capable goalie. I'm sorry, but you don't. You can talk all the shit you want to talk about Stuart Skinner, but you don't get to the Stanley Cup final without having a capable goalie that gets you there.
Edmonton 0 for 3 tonight. Nurse is able to knife it down deep. Mahura comes over, guides one on to Eberle, freed from the box, and now Beniers splits.
It's just good night being a fucking tool bag. Don't listen to anything this guy says when it comes to Oilers and rebuild. He doesn't know what a good hockey team is. He cheers for the Maple Leafs.
Fires and a save made by Picker. Rebound swung out to Montour. Matty Beniers. Soft chip, Evans. Inside. No shot for Burakovsky. Getting away.
10 minutes left to go in the second period. 2-0 Seattle. Shots are 23-17 for Seattle.
Out of the reach Chippiniers. Here's Mikey Asamon. Creates space.
I'm just at the point where I'm going to let Goodnight say the stuff he says, and
Enrique on in. Pass fooled Asamon. Double team down low. The Oilers will regain possession here. Kapanen did not get it out. Smacked out of midair by Burakovsky. In turn picked off by Nurse. Given away to Montour. Rich shot. Blocked before it ever reached Calvin Pickard. Shane
Nurse gives the puck away again.
Fires. Redirected. Banged off the side of the net by Asamon. Had Pickard down and out. Couldn't finish. Asamon overhandling the puck. Klingberg gets his boots into it. Trying to freeze it up against the back of the net. And they are going to whistle it down. Klingberg held on just long enough to draw the whistle and not delay a game in the process. 9 1/4 to go.
I'm sorry, guys. It frustrates me watching this team knowing how good they're going to be in the playoffs. And knowing for the next 10 games, we're going to see this team be this shell of themselves because we want to be healthy coming into the playoffs. So we're going to rest guys that would be playing. Like I said, I get it. I get it. I understand it. Doesn't mean I have to agree with it. I agree, Epic. I agree. I agree. It's unfortunately going to be this way because now we're resting Ekholm. We're now resting Ekholm. We're resting McDavid. We're resting Draisaitl. Evander Kane's going to do a 3-game conditioning stint April 10th. He's going to play 3 games in Bakersfield and be ready for Game 1 of playoffs. That's facts. There's nothing wrong with the dudes we signed. There's nothing wrong with who we signed. I will. There's nothing wrong with who we signed and how we signed them and for how long we signed them for. The Oilers as a whole are underperforming this year. We have to take that into account. We have to take that into account.
Last shutout came in November against Nashville.
Like we honestly have to look at how good Hawkins was last year and how good Hyman was last year. And yes, I was expecting a drop-off from both players. I just wasn't expecting this much of a drop-off by both players. I was expecting Hyman to get 10 less goals, maybe 15 less. And I was expecting Hopkins to get 10 less points, maybe 15 less points. But not this many less. And not that many less. So, all in all, lose the face-off, get scored on.
Yanni Newman, in his 8th NHL game, collects his 3rd goal.
I don't disagree with the Klingberg, but I like what Kapanen has done. That's a hell of a high stick. That's a hell of a high stick. Louis, that's a high stick. Hopkins gets thrown out of the face-off dot, so Arvidsson, a winger, can take the fucking puck. Are you kidding me? Linesman, do your fucking job for once. fuck. 4-0 Seattle.
And Seattle is having its best ever period against the Edmonton Oilers. 2 goals.
I disagree, Renegade. I disagree.
And 4 goals in 10 minutes.
I hate to tell you guys I disagree. Like, wild card spot, Delia, the Oilers can't be a wild card team. That is why the Oilers are doing what I hate the fact that the Oilers are doing this, but they can and nobody can stop them. They can and nobody can stop them. What's up, Edmund? Honestly, guys, the Oilers are playing. I hate the fact that I'm even saying this. Oilers are load management. And because they can. 4-0 Seattle, 26-17 with shots, 8 minutes left to go in the second period. $5-0 Seattle. No, now would be a good time for a timeout for sure. But what is it going to do? What's it going to do? Offside, Seattle, no goal. 4-0 Seattle. Man, you guys are really tough on the fucking team, eh? You guys are so tough on the team. Like, honestly, if this team isn't fucking perfect, you guys are just out there like fucking wolves. Just like a bunch of fucking savage wolves, man. Holy fuck. Just a bunch of savage wolves. I get it. You're not happy with the performance. I understand it. You're upset. That's offside by a country fucking... You're looking at the fucking linesman. Do your fucking job. Like, it's not that difficult. You're looking at the play. I don't know, guys. I might just shut up for the rest of the game, man. Eric, that's a stupid comment. Like I said, you guys are just... Have your comments, guys. Have your fucking fun. It's just...
The challenge was initiated by Chris Knobloch. He had some words for the bench, and it was like, hey, we need to buckle down here a little bit. Another turnover. Tolman snapped across. Riker Evans. Shot fought off by Picker. Just a little loose in the coverage right now in the Kraken.
I'll update the poll for you guys.
Having the lead or running away with it here and creating way too many good scoring opportunities in succession.
Well, I imagine the substance of Knobloch's conversation involves saying, hey, your goaltender's had a heck of a year for you. Do not make him the problem here. Redirected in front, and as I say that, Burakovsky makes it 5-0 from Evans.
5-0 now, because the Oilers can't get out of their own fucking way.
It's the snowball effect, and they're trying to slow it down. They got the challenge on the last one that nullified the 5th goal by Jordan.
Epic, stop with that. Just stop.
And it looks like it's a simple play, full possession here, but again, it's the attacking nature of Seattle on the forecheck. They have pressured Edmonton. Plays have been made a little quicker than you want to make them. They haven't been made under control, and Burakovsky gets himself to the net. Once this is kept at the line, he funnels to the net, the shot gets through, and he stops it with the skate and finishes with the stick.
What's a timeout going to do?
And I'm sure you're thinking, why is he that open right in front of your goaltender? Edmonton, at times this year, Louis, you pointed at...
What is a timeout going to do, guys? I'm asking a very serious question to the people. What is a fucking timeout going to do? The leaders on your team aren't there. The leaders on this team aren't there. What the fuck is a timeout going to do with this team that can't even get the puck out of the zone? What is timeout going to do? And whether you guys like it or not, Stuart Skinner will be a goalie next year for the Oilers. Gibson is not coming here. He's not good enough. Gibson doesn't want to come here for a lot of reasons. Regroup what? Regroup and give another 5 giveaways at the blue line? I don't know what to tell you guys, but it's one of those years. Blame goaltending all you want. Say this goaltending tandem is bad. But you cannot, as a forward group and as a defensive group, give the fucking puck away from blue line to blue line and expect your goalie to make every fucking save. You cannot look at this goaltender and say, oh, sorry there, bud. I had the puck behind the net. I just blindly threw it up the middle. Make a save. Fuck. You guys want this fucking miraculous number 1 goalie to come be your savior, but not happening. You guys got to pick your poison. Do you want the $14 million Draisaitl and the $16 million McDavid? Or do you want the $10 million goalie? You can't have all three. We're not the Florida fucking Panthers, which doesn't pay taxes. Oh, I'm not disagreeing with that at all. I totally agree with you. We should have put Rodriguez in after the fourth one. But at the same time, I know why he didn't. As a coach, I know why Knobloch didn't. You might see Rodriguez on Saturday. The cap is going up, Joe. The cap is going up $5 million. Over the next 3 years, the cap is going up $15 million. I don't know who told you that, but the cap is going up almost $5 million this year to next year. And could go as high as $10 million. Okay, as a coach myself, I'm watching this game. Obviously, he has to. He has no fucking choice. Why in the flying fuck would I put a rookie backup in to get shell-shocked, to get beat the fuck on, when you've got players in front of them that can't even skate the fucking puck 5 feet? I would not put my rookie backup in this game. Why, so he can face 10 shots in the next 2 minutes? Makes no sense. I know why the coach doesn't, and I'm glad he doesn't. This is what separates him from us being keyboard warriors. Would you honestly put Olivier Rodrigue in net behind this team in front of him? No, I know. I get it. Like, I get your guys' frustration that we need new goaltenders. But at what cost? What cost are you willing to get rid of to get this goalie? He can get experience on Saturday. This game is not the game to get experience. This game is not the game to get experience. The team in front of you. As a goalie myself and as a father of goalies, I wouldn't want my son in this game. I wouldn't want my kid in this game playing behind a defense. Why Saturday? Because Skinner's not playing Saturday. Picard's not playing Saturday. I'm just saying, that's where you talk to him when you talk to the people on the bench and ask them. I just wouldn't put the kid in on this situation. They're letting defense walk through them. No, I defend Stuart Skinner so much because he's a good goalie. I defend Stuart Skinner so much because I believe in the product of the work that he has put in. Okay, I'm going to be very vocal and very honest with you. I defend Stuart Skinner so much because I don't look at a 10-game stretch, 15-game stretch, 20-game stretch. I look at the 105 games. I look at the 200-some-odd games he played in junior. The kid is a stud goalie. I look at what he did in playoffs 2 years ago. I look at what he did in the playoffs last year. I don't just look at this season and be like, oh, well, the guy sucks. I look at it as a byproduct of a whole. I do that with all players, and I do that with all goalies. I don't care what country you're from or what generation you're from. I don't care that he's a product of Edmonton. I don't care where you're from. Like, we have a really good goalie in Finland right now that will come up in 3 years. He's 3 years away. I defend Stuart Skinner because I look at the whole, and sure, could he make more saves? Absolutely. Could he make the saves when it mattered? Absolutely. But as a whole, fuck. The kid's a stud. Whether you guys like it or not, the kid's a stud for what he is. I agree. He should. I disagree with you. I think he's better than that. And his numbers show he's better than that. Guys, one bad year, really? One bad year and you're just going to say, oh, fuck this guy. I'm glad Ed Belfour didn't get that treatment. I'm glad Dominic Hasek didn't get that treatment. Guy, remember a goalie named Olaf Kolzig? Yeah, he had a few bad years in a row. But, you know, I digress. Mika Kiprusoff in San Jose, what kind of a goalie was he? Shit on a shingle, goes to Calgary. Look at that.
Nice this season. Calgary very early in Edmonton.
Just saying.
A month and a half later, the Oilers returned the favor at the Saddledome. And
you guys have way too narrow-minded and just look way too narrowly about the Oilers. And I get it. I understand it. I completely understand you guys. But that's why I'll defend certain players. Because I see big picture and I see a whole instead of a sum of its parts. Do I think Stuart Skinner in the offseason needs to work on his lateral movement? 1,000% he does. Do I think the Oilers need to get rid of their goalie coach? Abso-fucking-lutely they do.
Beniers. Puck shaken free. Beniers double team down low by Janmark and Skinner. Leon Draisaitl might try to talk his way into the lineup.
Leon Draisaitl will be playing Saturday.
Expected to be out for Saturday as well as maybe the initial portion of that road trip. Here's Skinner trying to curl it.
Leon Draisaitl's playing Saturday. I will tell you that right now. Power play coming up for the Oilers, not like it matters. I'm with you. I agree with you. I agree with you. I'm just saying, like, this team has turned it around these last couple minutes, but I wouldn't have put Rodrigue in with the way the team was giving the puck away. I disagree with another decade of darkness. I know what's coming up through the pipeline, and I know how good it is on the back end as well as the wing. That's why I'm very hesitant. Like, I don't just follow NHL Oilers. I follow the Bakersfield Condors. I follow a lot of junior. I follow a lot of overseas hockey. Oh, I think they're going to try him anyway in the third period. I honestly think you're going to see a goalie change in the third period. Get the kid in. What's the worst that can happen? He lets in 4. He lets in 5. He's got to have that mental fortitude. Well, I know the goalie coach. Well, I used to know the goalie coach for the LA Kings. First name, last name. Like, guys, I don't understand this hate for the Oilers. Like, this is not the team that we have. This is the second half of a back-to-back with travel. We got into Seattle at 3 o'clock in the morning. Did you expect this team to come out flying and win a game? With their backup?
Top of the circle as Wallman goes to the other side. Nugent Hopkins, a shot saved to Cord. A rebound available, and Cord finally able to freeze it.
Eric, that's now you're just being facetious. I like it. No, the Oilers legitimately are playing with a lot of injuries right now. Tonight, for instance, the Oilers are missing their top defenseman. Yeah, the Jays got mollywopped by Baltimore today. Jose Brios, 10 earned runs? Good God. Opening day home opener, and that's the outfit that you put out? Yeah. Yeah. Good thing it's game 1, not game 160.
Skinner loading. Nugent Hopkins gliding.
Like I said, I'm not worried, man. Yeah, good on the Yankees destroying the Milwaukee Brewers. I'm not worried, guys. Like, I know some of you guys are. I know a lot of this fan base is up in arms. Decade of darkness. I'm not. I can't be that way. This team is better than what it is. And the prospects are coming, guys. Oh, that would be awesome, Nick. I'm in. Tell me what series I'm coming with you. Let's make it happen, Nick. Let's invade Seattle. 37 seconds left to go in the second period.
The Oilers have been on the power play 11 times in the last 24 hours. No, they're going to give it to Hyman.
Hyman trips.
Apologies.
Going to Zach. It was his stick that took down the big man Alexiak as he tries to...
Don't say that, Joe. That's not right. Yeah, no, he tripped him. That's a trip. Don't put your stick there.
Into that stick, but it certainly did take him down.
Jeez.
Well, the hand... It was the back official that called it. But there's no question it was a trip. It was the way the trip happened. But technically it isn't.
Damn, Nick, that sounds like a good trip to me, man. That sounds like a great trip across the border to me.
That you think it's a penalty? I have a little question.
I think it's a penalty. I'm just saying it was technically a trip, but it was called a trip.
Burkowski watching as Newman controls. Everly steers over to Beniers.
Really epic. How was it? How was the environment?
Kraken will have about a minute 30 carryover if they need it.
We got to figure out if there's a game between the Seattle Kraken and Edmonton Oilers and the Seattle Mariners and Toronto Blue Jays. We got to figure out if there's ever a game that overlaps that for next year, and we'll go from there. Guys, Oilers are getting whooped on. It's not good. It's not pretty. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sugarcoat. I'm not happy about it. But at the same time, I understand. I'm not happy, but I understand why it's happening. Load management should not be part of the NHL, but here we are talking about load management in the NHL. Whew, out-of-town scoreboard. Yeah, we really want to see that. We really want to talk about that, do we? I don't know, guys. I guess I just can't be mad about games that don't matter. And it does suck that these games don't matter. Avalanche 3, Kings nothing after 2. 5-0, Kraken over the Oilers after 2. Sharks 3, Leafs 2. 9 minutes left to go in the second period there. Sabres beat the Penguins 7-3. The Senators beat the Red Wings 4-3. The Lightning beat the Utah Hockey Club 8-0. The Flyers beat the Canadiens 6-4. The Wild beat the Capitals 4-2. The Blues beat the Predators 3-2. And the Stars beat the Flames 5-2. What does that all mean? It all means absolutely fucking nothing, because the Oilers are going to finish third in the Pacific Division, play the LA Kings on home ice. Your wildcard teams are Minnesota, St. Louis, as of right now. But I full-heartedly believe your wildcard teams, April 16th, will be the Minnesota Wild and the Vancouver Canucks. Write it down, come at me, say what you want to say. I don't care. That's just my feelings on the situation. I'm not expecting much from the Oilers either, and I agreed with everything you said until AHL goaltending. I get your frustration, though. I understand. I get your guys' frustration when it comes to this team. Like I said, I'm with you guys. At the same time, I can't ride that wave. No. I am a Cubs fan before I'm a Jays fan. It's all we had. I mean, yeah. They're Canada's team. The Rockies are in the heat of it. But this is what I mean. By the Oilers resting Connor McDavid and Draisaitl. Oh yeah, I'm watching it on my other TV. So if you guys notice, I'm looking over here more than I'm paying attention up there. I got the baseball game. You're still the Expos fan. Aye aye. Why would you say started the playoffs? You know, playoffs are still like 3 weeks away. Honestly, guys, the Oilers only have to go in the playoffs winning their last 3 games, which is so fucking easy to do when you look at their opponents. That's a better question. How many President's Trophy winners got eliminated in the first round? Winnipeg's about to be next. I would much rather this team lose these stretch of games right now, like these two, maybe Calgary. Turn the calendar over to April. Have a healthier team against Vegas. LA, Anaheim, San Jose, the Western road trip. Have a healthy team going in the Western road trip. Win those games. You're right back in the thick of things. But like I said, from what I've been told privately and publicly, they're trying to keep McDavid out until playoffs. Yeah, you're not wrong, Epic. As a friend, like I have a friend of mine who lives in BC who goes to every Mariners Blue Jays game. He says like so many people travel from BC, like lower mainland BC to Seattle to watch the Blue Jays. Because it's cheaper to go there than it is to go to the Jays game in Toronto. Because Seattle is so close to the border. Like, I don't think you guys realize. I don't know if you guys see a map or know much about the West Coast, but you have the Canadian border is like right here, and Seattle is like right there. They're like a half an hour, maybe an hour drive off the border of BC. The Oilers aren't going to go into the playoffs on a losing streak. The Oilers are going to go into playoffs on a 3-game winning streak. Like I said, guys, our next coming games are Calgary, Vegas, San Jose, LA, Anaheim, St. Louis, and this is where the fun begins for winning streak. We have San Jose April 11th. Then we have Winnipeg April 13th, win. LA April 14th, win. April 16th, San Jose is our final game, April 16th. April 16th is the final game of the season against San Jose at home. You don't think McDavid and Draisaitl are going to be up and ready for that game? Yeah, man. I used to have family that live in Abbotsford. But yeah, no, it's pretty cool how close they really are. Oh, that's not low-key, Noah. They're going to be out in first round. They don't play playoff hockey. They play get Ovechkin the record hockey. That is the Capitals' identity right now. Ovi plays 35, 40 minutes a night just to break the record. Yeah, you're not wrong. This season has flown by so quickly. And I don't know, like, I understand. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat shit with you guys. I understand the frustration from the fan base. I understand why you guys are upset and why you guys are saying the stuff you guys are saying. I do not and will not defend the Klingberg thing. I won't defend too much Troy Stecher. Yeah, no, that's exactly it. Like it honestly doesn't matter. Like, that's one thing that I like to tell people when I talk to people. It doesn't matter what you go into the playoffs as, because everything starts at zero. Like, everything starts back at 0-0 April 18th. Right, Eric? Those Sharks are smoking them. They're on a hot streak. Oh, wait, it's the Leafs. Never mind. No, in all honesty, guys, I don't care how this team goes in the playoffs because they don't have a playoff line. That's why I hate and I know I say this a lot, but I hate how long the regular season is, and I hate how you have to have 2 lineups. I don't like the fact that you have to have an 82-game regular season lineup followed by a 26-game playoff lineup. You can't have two of the same lineups. It's either you're going to be a dominant, really good regular season team, or you're going to be a dominant, really good playoff team. Not very often are both lineups the same. South Carolina. How is Lexington? Hopefully it's not snowing on you. As long as I can remember, to be honest with you, I think it's been like 20 years. 20 or 30 years that it's been 82 games. Yeah, like it's been as long as I can remember. And I know there's some talk about shortening the season and this, that, and the other, but it'll never happen under Gary Bettman. You know what? No, you're not wrong. You're absolutely not fucking wrong, right? Might as well give the Cubs play-by-play. It's hilarious. Oh, I think Colorado's going to hold on and beat LA, yeah. Like I said, and everybody's talking about, LA is 26-5 and whatever. You know, like, I get they have a good home record, but it doesn't mean jack shit come playoff time. McCain, make it a Friday. Oh. Bottom of the 6th inning, Cubs 8, Arizona 3. Nate Pearson, former Toronto Blue Jay. I'm not going to ban you, good night. I'm not going to ban you. I just ignore half the stuff you say. I don't ban people unless they're like religiously come at me and come at people in the chats. He's a harmless troll. It's okay. Nate Pearson is pitching right now. Like, that's insane to say. Justin Steele went 5 good innings, allowed 6 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned runs, 2 strikeouts, 5.4 ERA. Ian Happ, 1 home run, 3 RBIs. Kyle Tucker, 1 RBI. Nick Horner, 1 RBI. Miguel Amaya, 3 RBIs on 1 hit. Yeah, no, and I'm so happy that I was alive to see that, Nick. I was so happy that I was alive to see the Cubs win the pennant and win the World Series. Like, that to me was something special. So 2 former Blue Jays are going up against each other. Right-handed pitcher Nate Pearson at bat. Morono. Yeah, I get it, but it was to be expected, right, Giannis? It was to be expected. Dark days ahead for the Jays? I don't know, good night. I think 1 game doesn't depict a season. I think Baltimore actually has a really good starting 9. They're going to be a good team this year. I'd almost say Baltimore's going to challenge Boston for first place in the division. And the pitch. Oh, man. Yeah, that's... You're not wrong about that. They need to win now. You don't think the Red Sox are going to get first? Oh, that's right. You're a Yankee fan. You think the Yankees are going to get first every year, all year. I get it. I understand why you think that. Three-two. Chase Field. I mean, it could be worse. You could be a Mets fan. Speaking of the Athletics of Vegas, they're up 2-1 on the Seattle Mariners right now. And the pitch, ball 4. Oh, come on, get out of here, man. We have a mound visit. He's already pitched 12. Runner on first and second. Former Blue Jay, Grichlick, at the bat. Holy crap, does Arizona have all former Blue Jays? What did they do? The Arizona Blue Jays? Good Lord. Bertuzzi like punch. Go Cleveland Indians. I agree, man. Washington Redskins, Cleveland Indians, Edmonton Eskimos. Bring back the nostalgia names. That's probably why I could never do actual commentating on MLB games. Oh, they'd be lucky to get 40. I'll be honest with you, Epic. Unless they can replace those two guys with better or equal, they'd be lucky to get 40. Slider just outside. Ball 3. Come on, Nate. You haven't pitched a strike yet. Runners on first and second. Oh, pop up. Critchlick pops the ball up. 1 out. Ball in the dirt. 0-2. Ball high. 3-0. Gonna walk another batter there, Pearson. Oliver Rodriguez, your starting goalie for the third period, folks. You called it.
The numbers this year in Bakersfield.
18, 15, and 7, 305, 899 with 1 shutout in Bakersfield.
Farm Club in Bakersfield, California. Best year was last year when he went 19, 12, and 5 with a save percentage of .916. Save percentage rose in each of his first 4 professional seasons, and he'll come on for Calvin Pickard, who departs having stopped 24 of 29 shots. And oh, by the way, Louis, welcome to the NHL. You're facing a Seattle power play. Connor Brown dug it out. Janmark battles. One timed on net, and that missed high glove from Vince Dunn. Rodriguez.
Batter calls a timeout.
Pick of the Oilers back in 2018. Here's Burakovsky. Little give and go. Played to Vince Dunn. His father slide. Oh, puck caught. But Colson in the face. He's going to try to change.
Yeah, I agree.
Stay on the ice here. Battle through it. Jaden Schwartz with a power play down to 30 seconds. McCann. Dunn. That was a healed one-timer for Burakovsky that misfired. And a clear from Brett Kulak. Rodriguez. Dad Sly, you know Louis very well.
I disagree with that. Good night, but 2-2. McCarthy, center fielder. Bases loaded.
Often not with a great margin for error. Bakersfield not a particularly high-scoring club the last couple years.
Hey, we killed a penalty.
Rodriguez answered the bell with a save percentage of .913, .960 in his last two American Hockey League campaigns before this one.
And he walks in a run. Oh, that's why the Blue Jays got rid of you, Nate Pearson. You're not good. Nope, batter swung, foul ball.
At the Seattle end has been perfect.
Sorry, guys.
24 shots.
I don't think he's faced his first one, but the first opportunity by Dunn was a blaster that went right by him. And this one comes up and catches Podkolzin on the passing attempt in the middle. And for Podkolzin, he does react right at the last second, stays on the ice, guts it out, gets to the bench, and looks no worse for wear after that one came up and clipped him.
Yeah, Nick, well, we expected this, right? Like, I expected this night to be last night.
Newman with a clear down the left-hand side. Looks like they're waving off icing.
Just my 2 cents. I expected Dallas to steamroll the Oilers last night. And for 2 periods, they did.
Hurst able to disrupt the cycle. In tight for Yanmark. Turned over, and Beniers made one extra pass, and Wallman got the stick in the lane to break it up. Zach Hyman shoved against the board.
8-4, sacrifice fly. Runners move up.
Skinner takes advantage and tried to put that off to Court's nameplate. Off the boards, Skinner fired.
Bottom of the 6th, 8-4.
Wrap around, denied by Montour. Skinner pressure on Beniers. They're letting him play.
Oh, man, I love the R.A. Dickey knuckleball. 17 minutes left to go in the 3rd period in the Oiler game. I guess I should focus on that.
This period brought to you by Legacy Heating and Cooling.
Yeah, Epic, I feel you. I'm going to be well rested for Saturday. Battle of Alberta.
Well, you told me not to say it, Louie.
Batter calls a timeout. 0-2, 1 out.
Looking for his first win against Edmonton. Up 5-0.
Perdimo, Peterson.
His best opportunity ever. 0-6-1. Hasn't had the greatest times.
Kings losing 4-0. Hey, there's some silver lining. We don't lose ground.
And that's a little bit
Ball in the dirt. 1-2.
I mean, Arizona and Seattle not exactly.
And the pitch.
Edmonton over the last 4 or 5 years. It's carried forward this season as Arizona's moved on to Utah, of course, but sweep of the season series for the Oilers. They were looking to do the same against
Paul in play.
Second straight year, and it doesn't appear that's going to happen. Alexiak a turnover, Kulak ahead for Kasperi Kapanen. Connor Brown with a great chance early. Moore made some key saves.
Sacrifice fly, 8-5, bottom of the 6th now.
Moore got a piece of that drive from Bouchard.
Hey, Epic, they're going to show up just for you. Dark Side of the Rink, that is a very scary documentary. Unless you guys like to know the dirty ins and outs of of wrestling, don't watch Dark Side of the Ring. Over Rodrigue! What a save by Rodrigue! Oh boy! Sign this guy up for a long-term contract. Fuck. I kid, guys. It's one save. I bet if that was Stuart Skinner, he'd let that in. I bet if that was Calvin Pickard, that's a goal.
Thank you very much. I'll make that first save of an NHL career, and welcome to the league. That's what he faces for his first one.
And welcome to those of you on Sportsnet West just joining us after Dallas ended Calgary's 4-game winning streak. So it's a for the Stars, 5-2 the final. Here's a turnover.
Another save by Rodrigue. He's 2-0 in saves.
Point blank looks for Jared McCann and Rodrigue equal the task. Larson.
I'm sorry already.
Knocked out of the hands of Max Jones, but Henrique and Arvidsson
That's hilarious. Oh, Jeffrey Skinner with a shot. Save made.
Skinner's had some good looks tonight, hasn't finished. Now Hyman ducks around Burakovsky. His wrist shot elevated up and out of play with nearly 5 minutes gone in this third. It's been a fast start in the final period.
And that's a strike 3 call.
Brilliant saves on McCann.
Yeah, and a little turnover here.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yes. Brusgala. Ilya Brusgala. Yes. That's awesome. Yeah, it
just seems to me like a lot of shots.
I'd almost say Bischoff and the NWO killed WCW. Matt Shaw, Miguel Amaya, and Ian Happ due up for the Cubs in the top of the 7th inning. 15 minutes left to go in the third period. 5-0 Seattle. 31-28 shots for Seattle. It's all Seattle. Hyman shoots and scores! We got a goal to celebrate! Fuck. Get off of it. No shutout for you. I guess that's what we're going to call ourselves. No shutouts.
Everybody in the car, so come on, let's ride to the liquor store around the corner. The boys say they want some gin and juice, but I really don't wanna. Feel buzz like I had last week. I must stay because coffee is cheap. I like Angela, Pamela, Sandra, and Rita. And as I continue, you know they get sweeter. So what can I do? I really bag you, my lord. To me, blood is just like a boy. Anything fly, it's all good. Let me jump in and send in the trumpet. A little bit of money got on.
Yay, we finally break the goose egg. 15 minutes left to go in the third period. 5-1 Seattle.
Anderson scored more goals as an Oiler in their first 300 games.
Oh, I'd take Rolly the goalie back.
Wrist shot, a save made by DeCourt against Troy Stetcher. That means he scored more goals in his first 300 games than either McDavid or Drysdale. What a move by Simon, and then when he tried to pull it to his backhand, he
Bouchard gets fucking walked.
Simon still protecting. Right now they're listing the Hyman goal.
Bouchard got fucking walked.
Unbelievable that Nugent Hopkins got his stick into the fray there, but for now, Edmonton will be shorthanded as Kulak to the box.
Edmonton 27, minor penalty for slashing. Simon here, a little thin shot, toe drag.
Kulak.
Bouchard draws the call.
Kulak had to slash him because Bouchard got fucking walked.
And then goes to the backhand side and just can't finish on that play in tight. As the slash by Kulak is the penalty.
Seattle 1 of 3 on the power play tonight. The Oilers have taken it over.
Yeah, we'll take the small victories at this point. We need our guys back.
Wallman, and he'll fire it up the right-hand side. DeCourt to knock it down. It's done. Eludes Henry, who's out there with Nurse, Wallman, and Nugent Hopkins. Right here. Schwartz fires it in deep. McCann did not. Length of the ice. Shots on goal.
Now's the time to put $100 on Seattle.
In favor of Edmonton. Two of the good ones for McCann.
Can you imagine that $10 payout that you're going to get?
Sending a wrist shot wide.
I think the over-under right now is 8.
Battling for the puck. Burakovsky out to Vince Dunn. Over to McCann. Slap shot.
McCann hits the post.
And a stick came up high on Shane Wright.
Tonight, absolutely. Moving forward, no.
I don't know if he actually knocked that in the puck, but he certainly got it a stick up high.
Burakovsky down low. Schwartz the second time.
Are the Oilers cooked tonight? Absolutely.
McCann.
Are they cooked moving forward? No. Far from it.
Down low. Schwartz couldn't get there. Neither could Wright. Tipped away by Rodriguez and cleared by.
You know who is cooked moving forward? The Toronto Maple Laughs. The Make Believes. Top of 7, 2 outs. Bex with the pitch. Strike 1 down the middle.
Puck goes off the curved glass. Whistle sounds.
Ian Happ grounds out to second base.
Alberta has over 400 casino games to discover.
End of
New players
the inning.
100 free spins.
Cubs still up 8-5, middle of the
Well,
seventh.
here's another opportunity for McCann. This is the three best opportunities Seattle's had has come off.
I wouldn't like him too much, Dal.
Up against Rodriguez, this third
And I'm not talking shit to talk shit.
The first two stops.
I'm not liking, I'm telling you guys right now, don't get too comfortable. Fucking Nick, that's awesome. He's not a big game goalie right now. I'm not going to talk shit about him, but you have to see him play in the AHL to know that he's coming, but he's still 2 years away. The goalie in Finland is probably going to be ready before Rodriguez. That's just facts. Steer. Right? No, I love that. The yelling of strikes and your outs. I'm just saying, like, it's a good story. It's a good feel story. He came into the game when the Oilers are getting whooped. Now he's kind of holding the fort, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Eric, that's awesome. Made it a drinking game every time a sports betting ad comes on. Oh, man. You would be drunk in 5 minutes because these sports betting apps are ridiculous. They're stupid. And that's what's ruining sports for me. And that's what's ruining sports as a whole, in my opinion, is betting. Not just betting, but betting on every little thing. Betting on how many shots a player is going to get, how many goals a player is going to get that game, what is the plus minus he's going to have. Oh, I love you, Dal. I love you. Oh, Jesus Christ. The University of Alberta prospect himself. No, I don't think the Leafs are coming back.
Pulls over for Troy Stetcher. Tries a couple times, finally smashes that stick. Rodrigo on the bench says, yeah, I'll just dust myself off too. That was his welcome to the NHL moment there. But frustration, a big part of this game for Edmonton, down 5-0 heading into this third period. And Zach Hyman has got them on the board to make it 5-0.
Yeah. I've never really bet, especially on teams that I care about. I'll bet on sports I don't give two fucks. I'll always bet the favorite. I don't win hugely, but I'd rather gain 15, 20 bucks than lose 100, 200.
Jared McCann frustrated a couple of times in this period by Rodriguez. Back to Larson, a wrist shot to save made. Rebound smacked out of it. And it's 6-1, and McCann finally gets one to go.
There you go.
His 18th.
Team can't get out of their own fucking way.
Well, try again for Jared McCann in this third period. He's stoned a couple of times by Rodriguez. Rings one off the bar as well. And then this one here, the wrister by Adam Larson, chucked in there on the backhand side, knocks this right out of the air. Pinball around. I think Asimov gets a piece of that one. You can see Bouchard was thinking about going up for the fly ball, but it comes down. And for McCann, that's why you stop around.
It's just one of those games, guys. It's just one of those fucking games. Everything that could go wrong went wrong. 6-1 Seattle.
Points as well on the season for Jared McCann. He's been the leading scorer for Seattle in each of their first 4 years as a franchise. Chandler Stevenson was the leading scorer before he exited the lineup.
But we expected that, Joe. I expected that.
Josh Mahura and Alexiak protecting.
I expected that they'd get the piss beat out of them. When I heard that Ekholm wasn't playing,
6-1 Seattle. Jacko to Alexiak, one-timer.
when I heard that Ekholm didn't travel with the team,
By Olivier Rodrigue.
I knew this was going to be an L. I wouldn't say that, Joe. I don't think this team is not going to show up on Saturday. You're going to see this team very different on Saturday. I'd almost feel bad for Calgary. And I hope they play Dustin Wolf. 10 minutes left to go in the third period. 6-1 Seattle. I hope they play Dustin Wolf. I'm going to be honest with you. I hope the Calgary Flames play Dustin Wolf on Saturday and he gets lit up by the Oilers. The Oilers make a statement win.
Henry moves it over to Wallman. Shot clattered off the boards, held in by Nurse, and now Troy Stetcher.
It's frustrating. It's frustrating that you have the first goal scored go against.
Trying to protect it with his feet as Montour flips it into the Edmonton zone.
That no goal changed the entire outcome of this game. But it is what it is. You still got to play the hockey game. You won't like him too much when he disappears next season.
Long night for Edmonton and Seattle exercising the demons against the Oilers.
Guys, I love the Dustin Wolf story as much as anybody else. But he's not going to be the same next year. He's not going to be the same in 2 years. His number's going to come down a lot. And Calgary's going to be asking themselves, well, where was Wolf from season 1? Where was the Dustin Wolf from season 1? He is what he is. A good goalie in short spurts. I love to see Eberle back in games too. That's why I'm not too upset by this outcome. Twat. She not asleep? You were outside. No, mother of pearl, God almighty, holy fuck! You cold-handed son of a... Are they warm yet? Okay, thank you. Oh, why were you outside at 10 o'clock at night?
Shoveling the back steps so that idiot can actually...
Oh, now I'm cold. I was comfortably warm. Oh, you don't love me. People that love each other don't do that. Oh.
You wouldn't do the same if I was on streaming right now.
Probably. She's probably right.
Aiden and Asamon knocked off his stick.
Hey. Happy Friday. It's still Thursday, man. Well, we got 8.5 minutes left to go in this game. Oilers 1, Seattle 6. Shots are 36-31. Oh, left field is right, man. Unexpected. But yeah. Oh, that's awesome, man. That's a cool story. Yeah, you're right. In Ontario, it's midnight.
Oilers will remain in third place. Hopes that their first division title starting to dwindle starts becoming about securing home ice.
They don't care about the division title. They don't care about home ice.
Trailing LA by 2 points, they'll get 2 games against the Kings down the stretch.
If this team cared about the division title and this team cared about home ice, they'd show up in October and win games in October. 100% point blank. If this team cared about winning division titles and home ice advantage, they'd win games in October.
7:20 on the clock.
And the Seattle Kraken have just had more speed in their game throughout the 3 periods here tonight. Edmonton's created chances. That was another great chance for McCann, and Burakovsky threads it right through.
I sure hope Seattle Kraken have had more jump in their game. The Oilers played last night. Like, good God.
The backtrack disrupts a little bit.
Sports is awesome, man.
There, but McCann in this third period has had 5 good scoring opportunities.
Yeah, epic. Yeah, they got half their money gone. But we expect them to win every night.
Wired from the Rangers earlier this year, a fresh start. He's responded in Seattle. One-timer set up for Beniers, didn't get all he wanted. That fluttered wide. Newman couldn't control.
Why are you laughing, Joe? That's exactly what they're doing.
Speaking of Los Angeles, Kings' 4-game winning streak will come to an end tonight in Denver.
Like, I don't know why you're laughing. Like, that's exactly what they're doing. Rest now so you can get healthy for later. Why play with tweaked injuries? I'll say this, Joe. What is Connor McDavid's injury? What's Connor McDavid's injury? Oilers are saying it's lower body. It's not lower body. I disagree, Renegade. They haven't played anybody. That 8-game winning streak ends on Saturday when they play Colorado.
Able to handle that with ease. 5 3/4 minutes left. Seattle well on its way. 6-1.
What is his injury? Exactly. You saw the injury. You saw it live on TV. He grabbed his arm, shoulder, wrist, anything but lower body. But Oilers are claiming lower body injury for McDavid. Odd. Now, that's not true, Joe. This team would care. And I will tell you right now with 1,000% certainty, if the Oilers were to lose in the first round to LA or Vegas, the players would care. They'd be very pissed off, more than they were about losing to Florida in Game 7. I don't know where that negativity comes from, where this team wouldn't care. We're not the Toronto Maple Leafs. If these guys didn't care about long-term team success, I get that, I get it. But for me, if these guys didn't care about long-term success by the teams, They will. They would have been playing right now. They would have been chasing that 60-goal mark for Draisaitl, that 130-point season for McDavid. They would have been out there destroying teams right now if they wanted to. But because they're thinking about team first, they're not playing. Good for them, bad for us as fans. Do you think Draisaitl wants to sit at home, do nothing when he's chasing 60? It's just too easy because their captain didn't care about losing Game 7 as much as he cared about not scoring 70. I will stop attacking the Leafs. I'll attack the Montreal Canadiens instead. But no, like...
Actually scored 6. Jordan Eberle had one taken off the board because
they care about the first round. That's their Stanley Cup. I would love to have an explanation and sit down with somebody in the upper management. I mean, I wouldn't be that big of a conspiracy theorist. No, I know some of them, but because of the leadership of McDavid Draisaitl, I don't think anybody on this Oilers team would be happy about losing in round 1. We got 5 minutes left to go in the game. 37-35 shots for Seattle. 6-1 Seattle. Honestly, I don't think this team is built that way. I don't think this team is built to not give a shit about round 1. I'm just looking forward to what's going to happen in 3 weeks.
But the Vegas Golden Knights separation.
Oilers have 5 games against playoff teams intermingled, and that doesn't include Calgary, which will be hungry on Saturday night, as you rightfully point out. Just absolutely desperate for that game. Louis and I will have that for you on Hockey Night in Canada.
I'm feeling pissy. Why are you so pissy, Matt? I love that, Eric. Like, I love that. I still don't understand how Mark Spector has a job. He antagonizes the players more than anybody else. I would rather eat soiled underwear than convert to a Leaf fan after round 1. Get out of round 2, and then we'll talk. But round 1, that's bare minimum. If McDavid and Draisaitl don't play Saturday, yes, wear Clefbaum. I'm going to wear an unnamed jersey if the McDavid Draisaitl don't play Saturday. I will wear my dark unnamed jersey.
Seattle mindful of, hey, like it's time to put this team to bed. Like, do players know when a string gets to 6, 7, 8, 9 games?
They know they've had difficulty against this team, and rightfully so. They're an expansion team that's trying to find their identity and find their game. They did get
same thing, though. Same person.
You know, early.
I don't like Matheson as much as I don't like Spector. Like, I don't know what it is with Edmonton media, and more specifically Edmonton sports media, but they get away with way too much crap towards the players.
Chandler Stevenson, who's not in the lineup tonight.
One-timer by Walton, stopped by the court.
But yeah, you know you're not playing well against an organization, and Edmonton's had their number. 9 straight losses. They've been getting tighter and tighter the games.
Just my opinion.
They're going to finally get a win.
Absolutely. Ooh, I have a Smith away. I don't have a Smith home. But for this instance, I may have to just wear the white jersey again. First time in a long time wearing a white jersey as the Oilers play a home game. It is against the Calgary Flames. Oh, I love Bob Stauffer, man.
But still, it's been a good night for him. First ever Arizona State player to make the National Hockey League.
If the Maple Leafs get out of round 2, I might cheer for them in round 3. Yeah, Nick, I love those guys. Edmonton Sports Talk Radio, they're called now. Great group of guys. 2 minutes left to go in regulation. 6-1 Seattle.
Perry stays with it. Shot from the point, saved at Ford, and what did you know of Corey Perry very much. Still getting to that front of the net with a game long since decided. Play the game tonight brought to you by Rogers, proud partner and fan of the NHL.
Well, although it's the goal that makes it 6-1, it's a beauty by Jared McCann, who was all over it in this third period. He's had 5 or 6 good opportunities to score. He's been denied a couple of times on good saves by Rodriguez. His first ever taste in NHL play, but this one batted out of the air to the backhand side. That's just a terrific goal and great hand-eye coordination for Jared McCann, and all smiles.
Oh, that's awesome, epic.
That was his 7th shot attempt. Finally got one to go in, and it's been that kind of year. We talked about how the shooting percentage way down, and along with it, the goals, but kept at it tonight. Give the Kraken credit for a club playing out the string. They were determined.
1.5 minutes left to go in the third period. 1.5 minutes left to go in the third period. Shots at 37-38 for the Oilers. 6-1 Seattle.
Call this a schedule loss or whatever you want to say, but played a factor. If you're Seattle, you still got to go out and perform, and the Kraken did.
I agree. And it just seemed like they were a little quicker to pucks. Early on, Edmonton had some real solid chances, and that's typical in a back-to-back. They came out, they generated the better chances early.
It's just tough watching this team tonight and these last 2 games.
And once they did in the second period, the 0-0, as you mentioned, going into the second, so you would take that being Edmonton and the turnaround they had from playing at Edmonton.
You're going to see Draisaitl on Saturday. Draisaitl's going to get a hat trick on Saturday.
Just 2 goals in quick succession, and then 3 in a row in a minute and 51. Sealed the deal.
Final minute.
1 minute remaining in the third period. 1 minute remaining in the third period.
Does well to hold the zone. Jones against Mahura. Chartier drilled by Nurse. Jones. Kapanen lingering along with Troy Stecher.
Send him home, Jack and Louie.
About a bit of a makeshift lineup. Kapanen able to come up with a puck and he'll shovel it in, peel off on a change here with 15 seconds. Mahura up to Mikey Asima. Wrist shot missed against Olivier Rodrigue, making his NHL debut. Sees one final shot blocked by Wallman, who's been hit by a few pucks tonight. And that's it. Final score, Seattle 6, Edmonton 1.
And Joey Decord his first victory over the Edmonton Oilers, so a lot of high fives and some taps for Olivier.
Oilers lose 6-1. Oilers don't need a goalie. They got 2 good ones. They're just in their own heads.
You suck. 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 Yuck. You suck. You suck. You suck. You suck.
Oilers lose 6-1. What else is new? Thoughts? What thoughts do you want me to have? It was a scheduled loss. My thoughts are this team will be better than the record will show these next couple games. My thoughts are this is going to be the April we're going to remember. Maybe we shouldn't have a 14-day break in March. Or February, sorry. I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't have a 14-day break for a 3-day tournament. Anyways, Oilers lose. Seattle wins. We're on to Saturday when we have the Calgary Flames come into Edmonton. That better be a show-up game. Oh, your question. What question? Let me see. Tots. Ryan Smith's the only number that won't get retired. I honestly think that his number should be retired. If I'm being 100% honest with you, I think his number needs to go to the Raptors. I know it's on the Ring of Honor, but that's not enough for Ryan Smith. Like, show some respect on the guy's name. Like, I get that he never won a cup here, and unlike some franchises, we don't put players up in the Raptors without winning cups. Calgary. But honestly, I don't know. I just hope that the plan that the Oilers have right now works. Because you're risking losing McDavid next offseason. I'm not going to say it's going to happen. I'm just saying you're doing this to risk a lot. You're risking a lot for a lot of reward, but it's a lot of risk. We're not talking little risk, lot of reward. We're talking a lot of risk, a lot of reward. Yeah, you're not wrong, Nick. And I wouldn't even say they overachieved. They were just a really great group of guys that came together and just played really good fucking hockey. But the sad truth of it is McDavid will get paid more on the open market than he would be by Edmonton. That's the facts. You're right about that. No player will ever wear 94 in Edmonton. No player will ever wear 94 in Edmonton and be liked by fans, nor should they. But I'm going to be honest, like, McDavid's contract in Edmonton is going to be a pretty sweet one for the Oilers. I will tell you that it's going to come under 19. And if he was to get to the open market, he'd be making 20, 21. No, you're not wrong, Epic. And that, I really... Is it sad to say that I kind of miss Tyson Barrie a little bit? Just for his... I don't know, just his offensive defensiveness. I think that's what the Oilers are lacking, is just offense from the blue line. Puck-moving defenseman. Wallman can only do so much. Ekholm can only do so much. Bouchard and Nurse have to get out of their own ways and out of their own heads. But that's it for me, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. My name is Matt for Oilers Fan Reaction. We'll see you guys on Saturday night. Flames take on the Oilers. 8 years, 16 per year. It's not a bad prediction. I will go a little higher. I will say it's 8 years at 17.5 per year. That is a really good prediction, though. And I love that prediction. Any whoosies, guys. We'll see you guys Saturday. Thanks for watching. Doses. Okay, what, sorry? How about the number 19 not having the same glamour it once had? Sakic, Yzer, and now it's Henry and Gosselin. I mean, 19 on the Oilers was not glamorous. But if you wear 19 in Detroit or 19 in Colorado, you better put some spect on those names. McDavid's not walking, bud. Joe, McDavid's not walking. The contract's already been drawn up. I can't say too much. Anyways, he's not walking because if he was going to walk, Draisaitl wouldn't have signed. I'm going to leave it at that. If McDavid wasn't already signed to a contract, Draisaitl would have signed. I will leave it at that. You guys enjoy your night.